It is 3 in the morning, and the bathroom light suddenly illuminates, revealing a swift, unmistakable silver streak darting across the floor. Before you can even fully grasp what your eyes have just witnessed, it vanishes beneath the baseboard. You stand there, half awake, questioning the reality of the fleeting apparition. Returning to bed, you dismiss it as insignificant. Yet this creature was far from inconsequential. That tiny silverfish was silently communicating vital information about your home, details imperceptible to sight and smell and undetectable by routine checks. Ignoring this message could lead to progressively costlier repairs and, in some instances, jeopardize the value of your most significant asset. This isn't merely about an insect, it's about safeguarding your dwelling. Today's discussion diverges from our usual format. We won't portray the silverfish as an ally or advocate for its preservation. It isn't a guardian, it's a harbinger, carrying a crucial message about your home's condition that every homeowner must comprehend. Let's decipher its language. What precisely is a silverfish? It's a diminutive, wingless insect measuring approximately 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch in length. Its body tapers from head to tail, resembling a teardrop or a miniature carrot, adorned with fine metallic scales that impart a silvery sheen. At its rear, 3 elongated bristle-like appendages extend backward, giving the illusion of a tail. Its movement is rapid and fluid, a lateral wiggling motion that uncannily mimics a fish swimming, hence its name. This creature represents one of the most ancient insect lineages on Earth, not in a romanticized sense, but a strictly factual one. Fossil evidence indicates its fundamental body structure has remained virtually unchanged for an exceptionally long period. It's a testament to a design that proved so effective, evolution saw no need for modification. And its behavior within our homes has, in essence, remained equally consistent. The silverfish is among the most moisture-dependent insects known. It necessitates an ambient humidity level of 75 to 95% for survival and reproduction. Anything below this threshold prevents it from completing its life cycle, and humidity below 50% is lethal. This isn't a preference, it's a biological imperative as precise and unwavering as a plant's need for water or a fish's requirement for oxygen. This singular fact is the key to understanding everything else discussed today. When a silverfish is found in your bathroom, basement, kitchen, or closet, its presence is not accidental, nor is it a result of getting lost. It is there because that specific area of your home has maintained a humidity level of 75% or higher consistently enough to sustain an organism that cannot survive without it. In a properly functioning home with adequate ventilation, no plumbing leaks, and no structural moisture infiltration, such humidity levels are rarely attained in the living spaces. Well-ventilated bathrooms with functioning exhaust fans, showers that dry efficiently, and properly sealed pipes do not create the persistent, elevated humidity that silverfish demand. Therefore, when they appear, the pertinent question isn't how to eliminate them, but rather, where is the moisture originating? I wish to share a personal revelation, something I don't typically discuss on this platform. When I first began to truly appreciate the connection between household pests and the condition of a home, the silverfish was the most surprising, eclipsing even centipedes, mud daubers, or wolf spiders. Its unassuming nature makes it easy to dismiss. To see it scurry across the bathroom floor, think, gross, and move on. Yet, it carries some of the most practically valuable intelligence of any insect that might inhabit your house. I recall reading about a homeowner who had been noticing isolated silverfish for 2 years, one here, one there, primarily in the bathroom and occasionally the basement. Her response, typical of many, involved dispatching each one individually and then forgetting about it. This changed dramatically when a contractor, opening a basement wall for renovations, discovered a slow, concealed leak behind the drywall that had been silently fueling mold growth for an estimated 18 months to 2 years. a time frame that closely correlated with the appearance of the silverfish. The silverfish were not the problem. They were the indicator. This video aims to facilitate a shift in your perspective, not from aversion to affection, as the silverfish isn't an object of endearment, but from a reactive response to an interpretive one. By understanding what the silverfish communicates, you gain access to insights that most homeowners only receive after significant damage has occurred and the repair bills have escalated. Let's delve into the specific indicators and locations to scrutinize. The most prevalent sources of the moisture that silverfish require can be categorized into three main areas, presented in order of their likelihood to go undetected. The first and most common culprit is plumbing. Slow leaks originating from pipe joints, supply lines concealed within walls, the seal around a toilet base, or condensation forming on cold water pipes in uninsulated areas can generate persistent, localized humidity that never manifests as a visible puddle or an audible drip. The leak is too slow to drip, too contained to be immediately noticeable by smell, and too hidden to be seen without dismantling a wall. However, over weeks and months, this moisture saturates surrounding materials like drywall, insulation, and wood framing, creating an environment where silverfish can not only survive, but flourish and reproduce. If silverfish are consistently observed near a particular wall, beneath a specific sink, or in a certain corner, this provides directional intelligence. The moisture source is nearby, perhaps not directly at the silverfish's location, but within its typical range of movement, which is generally a few feet of its food and water source. The second source is ventilation system failures. Bathrooms equipped with exhaust fans that have malfunctioned or were improperly ducted to the exterior, merely recirculating moisture back into the attic, can lead to elevated humidity levels in the very rooms they are intended to protect. An attic with a bathroom fan exhausting into it, a surprisingly common installation error, can develop sustained high humidity, allowing silverfish populations to establish themselves within the insulation, far from any obvious water source, and subsequently filter down into the living spaces below. The third source is structural issues, and this is the category demanding the most urgent attention when silverfish are observed. Silverfish gain entry into homes by exploiting openings that originate from water damage. This can include leaky pipes, clogged gutters, or damage to the home's foundation, such as cracks in foundation walls that allow groundwater ingress during rainfall, improperly sealed crawl spaces enabling soil moisture migration upwards, or flashing failures around windows or roof penetrations that direct water into wall cavities. These are the scenarios where the appearance of silverfish signifies more than a minor nuisance. It's an early alert to damage that, if left unaddressed, will necessitate structural repairs rather than routine maintenance. The financial disparity between these two types of repairs is substantial. Mold remediation within a wall cavity typically costs between $1,000 and $4,000. Structural repairs to framing compromised by prolonged moisture exposure can escalate to tens of thousands of dollars. The silverfish that appeared in your bathroom 6 months ago, and which you have been eradicating one by one, was potentially signaling a problem that, if detected early, might have cost a few $100s to resolve. If left unattended, the cost is significantly higher, and in some cases, it can appear on a home inspection report, negatively impacting your property's sale price. Now let's consider the silverfish itself. What does it consume, and does this offer further insight? Indeed, silverfish subsist on starches and cellulose, and the items they target within American homes are often more specific and more poignant than most people anticipate. They consume paper, meaning the Amazon boxes you've stored in your basement, the old magazines in your closet, and the cardboard containers used for storage all become potential food sources. They also feed on book bindings and wallpaper paste, as well as the starches present in fabrics, which explains how they can damage clothing stored in basement closets or attic bins. However, the losses that tend to affect homeowners most profoundly are those that are irreplaceable. Family photo albums stored on basement shelving, children's school projects preserved in cardboard folders, diplomas and certificates kept in paper sleeves, wedding documents. These are the kinds of items people retain precisely because of their sentimental value and are often stored in the very locations where silverfish populations are most likely to establish themselves. A silverfish population that has been present long enough to spread beyond the bathroom into storage areas is conveying additional information. The moisture source has existed for a prolonged period and at sufficient levels to permit a population to grow and expand its territory. The irreplaceable items in your basement are at risk not because the silverfish specifically sought them out, but because they happen to be situated in the same environment where conditions became conducive to their proliferation. So, what actionable steps can you take? The initial step is not to treat for silverfish. Eradicating the messenger does not address the message. Silverfish populations will persist as long as the moisture conditions that sustain them remain. Every professional pest control company specializing in silverfish management will affirm this. Moisture control is paramount. Without it, any treatment is, at best, temporary. Practical investigation begins simply. Examine under every sink in your home, kitchens, bathrooms, laundry rooms, for any signs of moisture, staining, or soft cabinet flooring that indicates repeated water exposure. Activate every exhaust fan and hold a piece of tissue near the vent. If the tissue isn't firmly drawn towards it, the fan is not functioning adequately. Inspect around the base of toilets for any give in the flooring, which might suggest a compromised wax seal. Check the grout and caulking around tubs and showers for gaps that could allow water to seep behind the tile. These are immediate, no-cost checks. If they reveal no obvious issues and silverfish persist or increase, the next step is a professional moisture inspection, not a pest control visit, but a building inspection focused specifically on identifying moisture sources. In many instances, a plumber and a home inspector collaborating can pinpoint the source during a single visit. The silverfish did not instigate any of these issues. It merely discovered the existing conditions and moved in. In doing so, it provided you with intelligence that your house would not have offered through any other means. That is not insignificant. If interpreted correctly, it is one of the most beneficial occurrences that has recently happened in your home. Have you ever discovered silverfish consistently in a particular area of your home and later found an underlying moisture problem? Or are you currently looking at your basement storage, contemplating those cherished photo albums? Please share your experiences in the comments below. This community comprises some of the most observant homeowners I've encountered. Such shared experiences are invaluable in helping others recognize what they might be overlooking. If today has altered your perception of what appears in your home, shifting from apprehension to curiosity, then something beneficial has occurred here, which is precisely the purpose of this channel. I'll see you in the next video.